Hallo zusammen, wir machen da weiter, wo wir letztes Mal aufgehört haben. Nach dem Speichern, jetzt gibt es die Zusammenfassung wieder, was bisher
13
geschah.
years in the past.
Und das
Mitsuru
dürfte jetzt Kapitel
Kushimoto
10
plunged
sein.
himself into a coma, sealing his fate alongside Kuwana's. Ridden by guilt, Kuwana sets off on a path of vengeance, and the bullies he drags with him are shackled to the shadows. However, Yokosawa's murder serves as a deadly wake-up call to what he's done.
Der ganze Typ ist die ganze Zeit außer Kontrolle. Selbstjustiz. Jagd auf den Tiger. Kapitel 10. Na denn. Auf geht's.
Hey. What are you doing?
Getting your identification on record, so you won't be a threat to us anymore.
What?
And I think you owe us after everything you've done. Expect me to come collect one of these days.
Tja, dumm gelaufen.
Your carriage awaits, Mamiya-san.
Don't tell me we're going back to that dingy arcade.
We sure are. I try not to hold a grudge. It wasn't us who abandoned you.
Tja.
Higashi, you already called Sari-san and the gang, right?
Yeah, I let them know what's up. They said they'll head over when they're ready.
Did Shirosaki-sensei say anything?
Well, she was pretty stunned when I told her who Kuwana really is and what he's up to.
Sounding a little smug there, Higashi-san. Taking credit for the detective work you didn't even do? Back me up here, Yagami-san.
Whatever, man. Kuwana got away, and that's all that matters. Still, the task in front of us is finishing Sari-san's case. We have to clear up Bahara's crime once and for all. With Mamiya-san's help, of course.
Finally, I'm ready to get some answers. Well, we still got time till Shirosaki-sensei gets here. Why don't you take a breather, Yagami-san?
Huh? That'd be okay?
Sure. I'll call you once everyone's here.
Yeah, a break sounds good.
By the way, Higashi, has anything unusual gone down in Kamurocho lately? Anything involving RK?
Yeah, about that. My guys are saying things have been a little too quiet since yesterday. Soma and Akutsu are out in Ijincho too. When they come back, they're in for a rude awakening.
Oh yeah. Soma und Akutsu, Soma und Akutsu.
Make 'em pay?
Kaito Aniki.
Aren't your Yakuza days behind you now?
That's not the Yakuza in me talking. That's just a problem I'm gonna be the solution for.
Isn't that exactly what a Yakuza would say?
Fine. Think of it as getting revenge for a brother. I'm doing the right thing, damn it!
Ist trotzdem moralisch,
Yeah,
hast du
maybe
recht.
it's just how you're putting it.
Besides, what's it matter if I was Yakuza? I've got my own code, and I'm gonna do right by me.
Whatever you say. Much as things change, they stay the same.
Okay. Schlage in der Stadt ein wenig die Zeit tot. Na denn. Ups. Geh mal die Zeit totschlagen. Na. Ah. Super Gunman. Haha, ein Kinoplakat, noch ein Kinoplakat. Alles Super Gunman. Okay. Am besten gehen wir mal. Halt! Da ist doch ein Eichhörnchen. War da nicht was mit Eichhörnchen?
Suspicious. What could this mean?
Ja. Ein Eichhörnchen. Okay. Ich soll ja nur die Zeit totschlagen. Gibt es hier irgendwo eine Kneipe, wo wir hingehen können oder so? Was essen? Oder müssen wir uns wieder schlagen? Ups, Entschuldigung, ich will euch nicht belauschen. Ich will nur gucken. Hier gibt es ja wieder nichts. Ach, da müssen wir uns wieder schlagen. Ich sehe schon. Ja, dann sorgen wir dafür, dass die Stadt ein bisschen sicherer wird. Da.
What a waste.
Ihr werdet keine Leute mehr belästigen. So. Da kann er jetzt zurück.
Hey, Yagami-san, it's Sugiura.
Ja.
Hey.
Shirosaki-sensei and the others just got to Charles. They're getting ready to grill Mamiya-san.
Got it. Then I'll head back soon.
Thanks.
Okay. Was ist los? Also jetzt muss ich mal erstmal das hier wieder. Ich habe mir natürlich nicht gemerkt von wo ich gekommen bin. Hey. Na bitte. Doch, von da, das weiß ich. Aber dann bin ich irgendwo, keine Ahnung. Laufe ich etwa richtig? Auf Anhieb, ja, da hinten ist das Taxi. Halt! Vierblättriges Kleberblatt. Da ist auch noch was. So. Ja, wir gehen gleich, da ist noch was. Kieselstein.
Really? You too, Genda-sensei?
What? Am I in the way?
Of course not. I didn't know you still did field work.
I figured if they could pull a fast one on Sauri-kun, I'd at least want to look him in the eye.
Why are all these people here? What gives?
Du dumme Nuss.
We've been waiting for you, Yagami-san. Mamiya-san is about to enlighten us on the truth behind the groping.
Good.
Oh, and I heard about Sawa-sensei. I'm so sorry.
Our condolences.
Looks like she got mixed up in all this when RK was chasing after Kawana. But we're still not sure why they chased him. To figure that out, we'll have to retrace Kawana's steps.
Exactly.
That said, let's start with the harassment charges, Mamiya-san.
Tja, nun erzähl mal die ganze Geschichte, wie es wirklich war.
Fine. Let's get this over with.
Pout all you want, but keep the answers straight. Got it?
Nahara's assault was designed to establish a false alibi for Mikoshiba's murder. So Kawana had you play the victim, and together you pulled one over on the police and the court.
Can you confirm if this is all accurate so far, please?
Yeah.
The person who groped you on the train wasn't Ahara-san himself. It was his stand-in. And my understanding is that he had conspirators to help him fabricate this event?
That's right.
What was Kawana doing at the time? Was he in Ijinsho or Tokyo?
Didn't you hear your lady friend? Ahara-san had a stand-in. And that stand-in was our sensei.
You mean Kawana posed as Ahara himself? So this Ahara was actually Kawana. Huh.
Sensei and Ahara-san have a pretty similar build. Not sure they could have pulled it off otherwise, you know?
But some spots don't look right, like his mouth. You sure that's really Kawana-san?
That part around his mouth is fake. He said he scanned Ahara-san's face and made it on a 3D printer.
Oh, huh.
You can print things in 3D now?
Well,
Oh,
it's a
Gottchen.
machine that takes a model's data from a computer and prints physical objects using materials like resin. So if you were to scan a person's face onto a computer, a 3D printer could accurately recreate it.
I don't know the details, but that's what Sensei used to become Ahara-san.
Something like this. See, with a 3D printer, a piece of a face is pretty easy to make.
What the hell?
What the
See.
hell?
His eyes are hidden behind the sunglasses, and the seams on his jaw are obscured by the mask.
It's incredible, I must say. With the mouth area so visible, it's too convincing to think he's anybody else. And with the prosecution assuming he's just another sexual predator, they fell for it.
This is no time to be impressed. In case you forgot, he had the defense fooled too.
Saori hat recht.
Right.
Assuming Kawana was Ahara's double, there's still some evidence I'm iffy about.
I'm of the same opinion.
Okay. Which evidence is questionable?
Okay, jetzt müssen wir mal gucken.
Any thoughts after seeing this?
Stop it.
You're gonna look away? You aided and abetted by playing the victim, didn't you?
I mean, yes,
Who put this video up on the internet?
Sensei did. He said from the start that once Ahara-san got his guilty verdict, he'd upload it to the internet.
So that was all part of the plan.
Yeah. Sensei can't forgive the law for how easy it lets off bullies. Ahara-san's the same way. His son's death was brushed aside. The court blamed his suicide on unknown factors. And that's what led them to his whole plan. The real victim is some bully who never got what he deserved, and the killer gets off in court by being convicted of battery. How would the public respond after finding out they'd gamed the law like that?
So Kawana and Ahara's real plan was to make a mockery out of the justice system.
Seems to be going well for them. The courts are beside themselves for dragging the police into this.
I guess Ahara really was desperate. He was never concerned about his own punishment. He tarnished his own name to humiliate the law.
Yeah, cop or not, Ahara is a broken man. Nobody took responsibility for his son's death, and the courts all but ignored his case. No wonder he went along with Kawana.
Gar
I
nicht
can't
gut.
even imagine.
Yeah,
Nee.
Sensei and Ihara-san are the perfect pair with nothing to lose. The only ones who do are the ones forced to comply. Us. Speaking of which, are we done here yet?
So.
this came out pretty clearly.
Uh-huh.
So the guy in the back is Kawana posing as Ahara, right?
Yes. And he actually didn't lay a finger on me. His prince couldn't show up.
Sounds like you had a hell of a time getting this set up.
I didn't. But Sensei sure did.
Überwachungsvideo aus der U-Bahn. Handyvideo der Augenzeugen. Das?
What do you make of this?
I mean, what's there to doubt?
You tell me?
The one running on the platform wasn't Ihara-san. It was Sensei pretending to be him, right?
Meaning...
There is no more meaning. That's all there is to it. Ihara-san used a stand-in to fake his alibi. The stand-in turned out to be none other than Jin Kawana, which Mamiya-san just finished explaining in detail.
Yep. Good to know we have all our ducks in a row.
Okay, was haben wir denn jetzt hier noch alles? Das ist doch gut.
This piece of the puzzle still needs an explanation.
Is that...
The police examined the trace evidence on Ahara's hands after he was caught. And from the analysis, the same fibers from Mamiya-san's undergarments were found on Ahara's hands.
That's right. If the stand-in was the groper, Ihara-san wouldn't have touched Mamiya-san at all. But the evidence on Ihara-san's hands suggests otherwise. Rather strange, isn't it?
I take it there was a trick to this, too?
That's simple. Before I got on the train, I met with the real Ihara-san at the underground platform. That's when I had him touch the undergarment. After that, all I had to do was go to the bathroom and put them on. That's where the fibers in the trace were from.
Geschickt eingefädelt.
What the police found on Ihara-san's hands was exactly what we wanted them to find. And it would serve as hard proof he grabbed me. The courts really ate it up. It was hard not to laugh sometimes, to be honest.
Das findet ihr lustig.
You're really starting to open up. That's the spirit.
So, was haben wir denn jetzt noch? Haras Fahrkarte. Haras Fahrkarte, nehmen wir die auch noch.
How about this, then?
And this is?
Before the incident, Ahara used this card to go through the ticket gate at Ikebukuro, the time of which was recorded.
Right, and it was on October 7th at 7:43 a.m.
Thanks, Hoshino-kun.
Happy to help, Yagami-san.
Der
At the
Kleine.
earliest, Mikoshiba's time of death would have been 7:30 a.m. If Ahara killed Mikoshiba in Nijinsho, he would have only had 13 minutes to get to Ikebukuro. And frankly, that's impossible.
That's what's stumping you?
Huh?
Sensei borrowed the card from Ehara-san beforehand and passed her the gate. Afterward, he slipped it back to Ehara-san when they switched places. That way, Ehara-san ended up having the time-stamped card on him. Makes sense now.
So even the entry time through the ticket gate was used as part of the alibi?
It all seems so obvious now that I hear it. Nobody'd suspect that a groping was being used as an alibi for murder.
Yeah. And on top of all that, no one knew Mikoshiba had been killed during the trial. They really pulled it off.
Anything else?
Yagami-san, you sure that's enough?
Yeah, I think we've got plenty. Bottom line, groping was a fabrication. At the very least, we know that the prosecution's evidence can all be refuted.
The courts were being intentionally misled. I'm considering filing an appeal.
Are you saying you want a retrial?
I am. We'll reveal Ehara and Kuwana's plot and overturn the verdict they issued.
That might be harder than it sounds.
Why do you say that, Genda-sensei?
Well, the previous trial resulted in Hara being found guilty, right? As the client, if he doesn't want an appeal, there's no way you're getting one. Doesn't matter what any lawyer tries to do. If Hara refuses to appeal, then that's that.
Then we'll talk to him tomorrow. First, we need to see how he reacts to everything we've got on him.
Sounds good. Then let's meet at the detention center tomorrow.
Will do.
So, we done for the night?
Sure are. Great job, everyone. Go get some rest.
Okay.
Yo, Yagami.
Er
Sure it was
labert
cool to let
eine
that
mit
mommy and chick
Hikashi.
just go home?
Yeah? Why?
I mean, she helped Kuwana kill all those people. Aren't you gonna turn her in or something?
I would. There's nothing we can do.
Nothing we can do?
Frankly, we don't have any proof of the murder she was talking about.
What, so this is all for nothing?
Nothing directly pointing to Mamiya anyway. Aside from Mikoshiba, no other bodies turned up. Which means all we can do is take her home, right? Sugiura is making sure she gets back safe.
Fine, forget it. Why are you still here? Everyone else went home already.
Come on, man, why the cold shoulder? Am I really that annoying?
You wouldn't be the guy I'd call to hang out with. So if you're done, then go.
Wow. Straight for the jugular, huh?
But if it's help you need, I'll be there. I've had nothing but time lately. But only if you bow your head and ask nice. Then I'll consider it.
Oh, was ist der
I know
so,
for a
so
fact you'd help me out regardless.
giftig?
So why waste a good bow? Thanks for the drink.
Dude, come on. That was your cue to bow and ask nice.
Okay. Zeit für ein Break. Danke fürs Anschauen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.